Hi everybody, it's Derek back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm sorry it's been quite a long time since I've gotten on. I had a lot of different things going on as usual, life things, and um, I had my mom visiting about 3 weeks ago, and I got sick. I got a heat stroke really, really bad, and um, so I had to recover from that. And our air conditioning went out last week, and so we finally got that fixed. So everything's back to normal now. Uh, I know y'all all saw the green cardigan that I did finish. I did a little short on here so everybody could see that it was finished. Um, directly after that, I started another cardigan, and I did happen to finish that a couple of weeks ago, um, and I will show you that. And I am currently knitting on a cardigan for my mom. I've already done the back and the two fronts. I'm on one of the sleeves now. Um, so I'm excited to get that done for her. Her birthday's in September, so I'll have it done way before then, but I'll get it in the mail to her, so that way she can have it for her birthday. She does know she's getting it, so it's okay. She's very excited to have it, and then after this, I actually have, um, I think, 4 more cardigans that for myself that I'd like to knit by December. Um, and then I think after those, I'm going to knit one for my fiance Brent. Um, but his is going to be in a darker blue, so I have to make sure I sit under the light for that one. Because you just can't see it as well, unless you have some light. I actually do have a little small ring light now, so that makes it easier to be able to see it. Okay, well, I was going to show you that cardigan that I finished. I have it here. Okay. So it's a cherry, it's what they call it is cherry nip. And I'm sorry, you're probably going to hear my clock in the background going off, as it is 9 a.m. here, 9 in the morning. But yeah, I've got black buttons on it because it has cream, gray, and black nips in it. So I put black buttons on. And it is a raglan. Um, it turned out really well. Really well. I like it very much. Yeah, so I'm very, very pleased with that one. Of course, I'm not going to put it on because it's too hot right now to be wearing cardigans here. Um, but um, if I haven't told you all in the past, I prefer to wear cardigans. I don't really prefer, I really don't like to wear sweaters. I prefer cardigans, for myself. So that's that. Put that down there. And here are the pieces of this one for my mom that I'm knitting. And I'm losing my needles everywhere here. Put that over there. Okay. So let's see here. Here is the right front. So the funny thing is about this is that my mom decided she tried on my green cardigan that I finished. And she's like, "Oh, I want it the same size." I'm like, "But Mom, you're not the same size. I said, that's too big. It looks like a 10 on you. I don't care. I like them that big. I'm like, okay. So I'll do it the same size as me. Um, so all I've done really is it is the same size, but with hers, I've added a cable going down the front. Uh, so on the either side of the button bands, there'll be this cable. So I've added those cables in, and I've shortened hers. It's not as long as mine. And of course, I've shortened up the sleeves as well. But this is the right front. Then I have the left front here. It is a button-up. It's not a V-neck. It's a regular button-up cardigan. And then, of course, I have the back already done here as well. So, it's really a pretty color. I think that it's called ballet slipper is what the color is called. It's a beautiful pink color. I really like it. So, but yeah, so she'll be pleased to have that, and I'll be pleased to get it done so I can move on to my next one. And of course, my next one I will show y'all. Not in this video, but once I start it and everything, I will get on and make a video and show y'all what it looks like. It's actually King Cole. Let me see, what is it? King Cole Price Wise, in the color Surf. So it's a bright blue. Is the next one I'm gonna do. This yarn here is an American yarn here that I'm knitting for her. It's Barocco Vintage DK is what this one's called. It's very, very nice. I don't knit with wool that really generally unless it's a blend. But what's nice about this is that it's wool, acrylic, and nylon, so it's very soft. It's very, very nice. It's not itchy. It's not any of that. And actually, that Cherry Nep one, that is Stylecraft Life DK. So it is 75% acrylic, 25% wool. But like I've said in my other videos, if it's not a blend with wool, I'm not, or a wool superwash wool. Those I can use. If it's 100% superwash wool, I can use that because it's soft enough. Other than that, it has to be a blend or just plain acrylic. And I really do prefer plain acrylic. I really do. But there are some blends out there that are really very nice. I'm gonna have a drink of coffee before it gets cold. Do a little bit of knitting. So I was gonna tell everybody, I don't know if I told the story of a few months ago now about the bees that we had. We had to have an exterminator come out because they had built a hive underneath one of the eaves. Up above the house, the front of the house here. And so they come out and they exterminate it and all that stuff, and they said, now this is going to protect you for up to 3 months or whatever. You're probably going to see other bees come and then try to repopulate the hive or remake it, whatever they call it. And I'm going to tell y'all, ever since then, there is constantly tons of dead bees out here on the porch. The porch is right behind this window. So it's just tons of them all the time. Now, thankfully, the wind comes and blows them away a lot of times, but there's still been, after all this time, bees that have come. But they still have died from it, and and I know that they were talking about not killing the bees because You know, they don't want you killing bees because they pollinate the flowers and you know, we all of that kind of stuff. But these bees were like African killer bees. They would attack you, like very violently attack you. So that's just not something that, you know, we could have. You can't get out there and tend to the yard or anything because of the bees that were out there. Um, so they had to exterminate them. Uh, and when Oh yeah, so they did call back, and asked make sure they could take a picture of it again because they didn't take a picture of it when they did it. So they came out and did that. Um, so that's all fine and good, and I'm just hoping that it continues to work and keeps them at bay because we don't need that back again because then we can't get out there and tend to the yard like we're supposed to. So that's what's been going on with that part of it. Uh, and then the air conditioning last week, like I said, broke down. Oh my goodness. Turned out it was just the fan motor, but it was so hot inside here, so hot. Because, you know, it's been over 110 degrees here forever, for a long time, Fahrenheit. And which is very hot, very, very hot. It's been like that for I don't even know how long now, quite a while. Um, so you can imagine it got very warm in here. We had to go to a hotel one night and stay the night because it had gotten just way entirely too hot, and we couldn't stay. We couldn't stay in here. So, but then the next day from that, they got it fixed, thankfully. But it took 10 hours from what the temperature in the house had gotten up to the temperature that we wanted it set at. It took 10 hours to get back down to that temperature. That's how hot it was outside. So, but we're thankful. We're thankful it's all fixed and everything. And I'm sorry, you know, I should get on and make more videos for you guys and everything, but I only get on when I feel like getting on. And, you know, I planned on doing it last weekend and I didn't do it. So I told Brent, I was like, well, I better get on tomorrow and make one. So here I am. I am making one, and I am in a different spot. I'm not sitting in my usual seat. I said, well, let me try out this. Let me sit here in the chair and instead of on the couch there, the sofa. Um, that's normally where I sit, is on the sofa, and then because I have everything there. You know, I have my knit stand, my knitting bags, and you know, all of my stuff. Everything's there, you know. So that's normally what I sit. But I thought this would be a nice little change of backdrop. You know, I have a little basket of flowers and, well, not real flowers, silk flowers. You know, a little different. So, but yes, so that's what's been going on, and you know, just that working and um, just living day by day like everybody else. Uh, I will be glad when it gets a little cooler. Um, one thing about me, I'll let you know, I don't like it to be really cold, and I don't like it to be really hot. Uh, you know, 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit is perfect for me. Um, I don't mind that at all. But, You know, here it's always an extreme. It's either really hot or it's really cold, and it's never much in between. So even at night, overnight, it stays hot, very hot. So yeah, so it stays pretty much that way. Um, I was trying to think of what else I wanted to say. Mm, I got so tickled. I get so tickled. Listening to Sheila talk about different things and her rants, and I love to listen to her. Excuse me. You know, she often talks about there being diversions and things there. And I had to stop and think the other day. I'm like, okay, now what do we call them here? Because I was like, we don't call them diversions. And then I remembered in the US, they're called detours. We call them detours instead of diversions. And let me tell you something. Here in Las Vegas, they work on the roads constantly. They are always mucking something up, tearing something up, redoing it. I mean, it's just constantly, constantly. Um, and the people here, bless them, they don't know how to drive. It's terrible. I mean, it's terrible. They just, it really is. Um, I mean, when I lived in Texas, they weren't great drivers either. But here, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Um, there's forever accidents everywhere. Always accidents. Um, and oh, and that's what else I was gonna say. I remember Sheila talking about people making comments about her tutorials and this and that. And this message is to Sheila. That is why I won't make tutorials, because I know there's going to be people that are going to pop up and say certain things, and I am just not. I'm not going to do that. There are loads and tons of fantastic content tutorials out there on YouTube. There's tons of them that people can find how to do anything. I don't need to be added to the mix. I just like to come on and talk to my friends, talk to my subscribers here, and just let them know what's going on from time to time. Showing them a little bit of knitting, maybe a little crochet, which I haven't crocheted in over 3 months, but and probably won't for the rest of the year. Um, but yes, that's what I like to do. Um, and outside of, oh well, I did forget to tell y'all I did have a, or maybe I did say it in my last video. I don't know. I don't think I did, but I had a cowl I had to knit for my local yarn shop. Um, I designed and knitted a cowl for them out of a new yarn that they were carrying. Not new to the world, but new to the store. And so I knitted a cowl. Um, while I was knitting the cherry red one, I had to stop that and knitted that cowl for them to put on display with the new yarn there before I went back to my red one. So I've been busy. I've been knitting, stuff, and it does take me, um, generally, for my size of cardigan, it takes me about 30 days, about a month. Um, and I'm only 2 weeks into knitting my mom's, and I've already done the back and the two fronts. So, and I've started the sleeve. So, um, it probably will take me another 2 weeks to get it done. So it probably will take the same amount of time, I would imagine. Um, but yes, generally speaking, about a month um, to knit them. Now, I will say that the next one that I do will have a stitch pattern in it. I think I'm going to do that 2x2 a basket stitch, I think, uh, in that surf blue color. And I'll show y'all when I start it, like I said. Um, but other than that, everything is just fine. Everything's going all right. You know, I got my little boy over there, my little Chihuahua. He's laid over there sleeping. Um, Brent's doing well. Um, he's uh, he's still actually laid down. Actually, he's still upstairs laid down. So it's Sunday, so rest today, rest and a little knitting, and it's a good day for that. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope everybody's been dealing okay with the heat. I know here in the U.S. it's been crazy all over for heat. It has been terrible. Um, so I really hope that everybody's making it and doing okay. Well, I think that's about all that I've got to say for today. It was a pleasure being able to talk to you all again, and I'll get on again as soon as I can. I love you all. Um, if you're new, please subscribe. Everybody else, give us a thumbs up, please. And I will talk to you all very soon. All right. Bye for now.